In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the air filter housing on this Toyota Tacoma with a 2.4 liter engine. It's located right on the passenger side behind your headlight. Let's install this TRQ airbox. I'm going to start off with a 10mm wrench or socket and remove the 4 bolts that hold this adapter plate for the mass airflow sensor onto the airbox. Last one is on the other side. It basically just creates a square. Now you should be able to pull this away. And that's okay if it doesn't come off completely. Remove this vacuum hose over here and set that aside, and now undo the 4 clips that hold the top of the airbox in. With those off, you'll be able to slide this up, and the filter's stuck. You can take the filter out with it. Take this out of here. At this point, it would be a great time to replace the filter if it's in poor condition, which I will. Clearly this has been, attacked by rodents. Now you need a 12mm socket with a fairly long extension, mostly for this bolt over here, but there are 3 in total, 1 here, 1 there, and 1 over here. Let's remove all 3 so we can pull off the lower part of the airbox. There's 1. The bolts won't come out, they stay with the washer. Sometimes these can be fairly tight from being rusty in there. With all those out, you should be able to pull straight up on this. Oh, that's all right. And there it is. All right, now you'd want to take your new airbox and line it up. The bolts are already set in place, in position here. So we just need to get it just right on here on the bolt holes, and make sure that on the fender side it lines up with the ducting piece there. I prefer to start all the bolts by hand to know that they are actually starting in correctly and not cross-threading. And once you get this started in, snug it up. Okay, don't make it extra tight. This should wiggle around a little bit. It does have rubber bushings, so make sure you don't completely crush them. They should not look like a pancake. I'm going to put a new air filter in, just because the old one was, well, completely destroyed pretty much. Now let's put the top in. This has to line up here, and also if your gasket didn't stay on the mass airflow sensor side, well, transfer it over. Make sure it's still in good condition and replace it if needed. And just so that this can stay locked into position, I'm just going to start the mounting nuts here. That way it doesn't fall off as I'm trying to situate it on the bottom. Okay, now that this is pretty much in position, I'm going to line it up with the bottom side of the airbox, of course, and the air filter gasket to make sure everything's sealed up. Clip these tabs on. There we go. Since these are new, they're a little bit stiff, so yes, make sure your air filter is lined up, because usually if it's not lined up, it will prevent these from locking in, but they are extra tight since they're brand new. Now grab your 10mm tool, socket, or wrench, and snug these up. When tightening these, don't go extremely tight on them because you don't want to completely crush that gasket. Once they bottom out, about 1/8 of a turn should be good. And there we go. Last thing we have to do is plug in this vacuum hose over here. Make sure that's fully seated, bottomed out. Now run the vehicle, make sure it all runs right and there are no air leaks. There you have it.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.